Hey, friends, thanks for letting me join you and your journey with faith and with family. Again, I want to welcome you to our family studio where we try to nurture a living faith, not just in our kids, but us too. And so today I want to explore a few more ideas around the rhythm of community. And while lots of people have come through our home and our front door, community in family life is where we get to encounter the sacrificial love of the Father, largely because of this shared space together. So grab the dog for a walk or pour yourself something warm and let's just spend a few minutes together. This last fall, I read a story that has just lingered with me, and apparently there was 140 high school students in Australia that had been preparing all year for a final exam in ancient history. You know, the exam that determines university admissions. And they were ready to write about Caesar Augustus, Rome's first emperor, the stable reign, the established empire, the global superpower that nobody wanted to mess with. There was just one problem. A day before the exam, they realized it was about Julius Caesar. Oops. Julius Caesar and Augustus were separated by only 44 years, but those weren't quiet years. They were years of assassination and civil war and betrayal and revolution. The students had skipped right over all of that straight to the calm part. Now, if we did the family life version of that, we'd call it grandparenting. Now, the kids got an exemption on that portion of the test, but here's the thing that struck me. Long after the details of Caesar fade from their memory, those students will never forget that exam because of the panic burned into their memories. See, our brains have two core memory systems, semantic and episodic. Semantic memory is data. It's the names, it's the dates, it's the capitals. Episodic memory is experience. It's what happened and how it felt and who was there. And here's the thing. Semantic memory fades. Episodic memory sticks because it's autobiographical. It's wired to relationship and identity. And this is huge news for parents because most of us think discipleship is a semantic project. Have I taught them enough? Do they know enough Bible? Those are good, but they're kind of fading. The thing our kids carry is the experience of life with us. How we said sorry. What did we do when we were tired and the wheels came off? That's where the soft skills of Jesus get taught. Generosity and compassion. I should say caught, not taught, because they're episodic, not semantic. And that's where this rhythm shows up. Because community is mostly an episodic phenomenon. It's experienced before it's understood. So here's my working definition. Community isn't something we create. It's what we discover when we do the harder work of finding common ground across our differences. So when most of us hear the word community, we picture something like sameness. It's the same interests, the same beliefs, the same stage of life, the other parents who like the shows that we like, comfortable. But that's just affinity. And affinity is good. It's not community. Community is the neighbor you actually enjoy, even though you'd never have chosen them as a friend. It's the coworker who couldn't be more different than you, but you'd be genuinely sad to see leave. And the reason it's possible at all is because we all bear God's image. There's something of God in the person that isn't like me. Is what happens when we recognize it. It's what we find and not manufacture. And the place we practice it first is home. So here's the move I want to make. Most of us as parents are really trying to fight hard to be right in our discipline, our theology, our example. We think being right is what makes us credible as a spiritual leader at home. But there's a line from Martin Shaw that I had to stop and I had to write it down. He said, "In your incompleteness is your authenticity." What if the best way to grow in faith is more confession than correction? The mom at breakfast, "Oh, I did a terrible thing yesterday. I lost it and I'm sorry." The dad in the car, "I messed that up. I owe you an apology." Telling on ourselves is more formative than operating as if we're without fault because Christ's strength is being made perfect in our weakness, not our hidden weakness, not in our managed weakness. in our own weakness, the kind that we say out loud to the people we love. See, parents don't need to be right to be righteous. We just have to be honest about what makes a home actually a community. Um, and so this is the part in each of these rhythms, I want to name a particular face, a name of God, an aspect of his character that comes alive with the rhythm. And for apprenticing, it was God the gardener. And renewal, it was the whisperer. For hospitality, the God who goes ahead. But for community, the name I keep coming back to is the God who stoops. Philippians says it this way: Christ, though he took the form of God, didn't grasp equality, he emptied himself. He became like us. He stooped first. This is the model. The God who stoops doesn't ask us to be right. He asks us to come low like he did, to wash the feet of the people in our house, to say, I'm sorry before our kids do, to go first in the direction that we want them to follow. The God who stoops is what makes community possible, because the moment we stop performing strength and admit out loud that we're being formed too, we're imitating him. So, one question to take with you this week: where in your family could you go first? Not with correction, but with confession. Thanks for being here, friends. Keep paying attention this week, and don't forget, God stoops first. I'll see you in the next one.